Hello, dear one, I am Louise Hay. Today we'll gently explore a quiet pain, the ache of feeling invisible, especially to those we love, the feeling of being secondary, never the first choice. You feel as if you are always in the background, don't you? Waiting patiently for your turn to be someone's true priority, a turn that never seems to arrive, leaving you feeling empty. You give so much of your heart, your time, and your energy. You pour yourself into others like an endless river, hoping that one day that same loving devotion will finally flow back to you. But instead of fulfillment, there is a constant, draining exhaustion. It's the silent ache of knowing that no matter how much you do, you are never truly seen as the main character. I want you to know that this pain is an echo. It is the sound of an old, deep belief whispering that you are somehow not worthy of being the first and most important choice in anyone's life. It's okay to feel this way. It is not your fault. For so long, you have been taught that your value comes from how much you can give to others, not from the simple truth of your being. We often think the problem is with them, that if only they would change, we would finally feel loved. But the real journey, my dear, begins when we gently turn our gaze back to ourselves. And that is what we will do together today. We will not try to change anyone else's behavior. Instead, we are going to transform the thoughts you hold about your own precious self. We will reclaim your rightful place of honor in your own heart. We will learn to make you the absolute priority, the center of your world, because this is where all true love begins to flourish. Today, we will heal this pattern of invisibility. We will open ourselves to the profound love we have always deserved. Today, we finally learn to choose ourselves. Are you ready to begin? Let's look at this pattern together, with love and without judgment. This feeling of invisibility is not a flaw in you. It is a program that was installed in your mind long ago. Somewhere in your past, a powerful message was planted. To be loved, I must earn it. I must be useful. I must put the needs of others before my own. Does this sound familiar? We were taught that self-sacrifice was a virtue and that prioritizing our own needs was a form of selfishness. This is the great misunderstanding at the heart of your pain. This belief became your inner law, so you learned to make yourself small, to not ask for too much, to be the convenient, easy, and always available person in every relationship. You became an expert at anticipating the needs of others, hoping that if you met them perfectly, your own needs would finally be seen and met in return. It's a silent contract. But this contract is one-sided. The outer world is simply a mirror. It reflects the relationship you have with yourself. This is the central truth we must understand today. If you consistently send the message to the universe that your needs come second, how can you expect anyone else to treat them as a priority? They are only following your lead. The emptiness you feel is not because others are failing you. It is the cry of your own inner self, asking to be seen, heard, and honored by you first and foremost. This is not about blame, it is about understanding. We are here to gently dismantle this old programming that says your worth is measured by how much you disappear for others. The truth is, your worth is inherent, it is absolute. It does not need to be earned, proven, or justified through service. You are worthy simply because you exist, my dear. The pattern of invisibility is a habit of thought, a deeply ingrained mental posture, and like any habit, it can be lovingly and intentionally changed. That is our work now. You have been waiting for someone else to hand you the crown and place you on the throne of your own life, but that power has always been yours and yours alone to claim. The diagnosis is simple. You have been treating yourself as a secondary character. You have been living from a script that someone else wrote for you a long, long time ago. But today we pick up the pen. We begin to write a new story, a new script where you are the beloved, the cherished, and the undeniable priority in your own beautiful life. This realization is the first step toward freedom. Recognizing the pattern is how we begin to dissolve its power over us. You are now awake to the truth of how this works. So now, with this new awareness, let's look honestly at the cost of this pattern. Let's do the accounting of this pain together with love. How many times have you silenced what you truly felt just to avoid a conflict or disapproval? You swallow your words, don't you? And they sit like a heavy stone in your throat, a truth you were too afraid to speak. How often have you said yes with your mouth while every part of your soul was screaming a powerful no? Each reluctant yes is a small betrayal of yourself, a tiny crack in the foundation of your self-worth. It adds up. Do you find yourself constantly managing the emotions of others, anticipating their needs, walking on eggshells to keep the peace? It's exhausting, isn't it? this constant emotional labor of making sure everyone else is comfortable except for you. When was the last time you asked yourself, what do I need right now, and actually listened to the answer without guilt? That question feels foreign, almost selfish. The pattern has taught you to ignore the cries of your own heart. Think about your energy. Do you feel drained at the end of the day, as if you've given everything away and kept nothing for yourself? This is the price of invisibility. You pour your life force into others, leaving your own well completely dry. Do you change your opinions, your desires, or even your dreams to better fit the person you are with? You become a chameleon, hoping that if you blend in perfectly, you will finally be chosen, finally be loved. But in doing so, you lose the beautiful, unique colors of your own being. You forget what it feels like to be vibrantly you. Can you even remember who you were before you started trying so hard to be what everyone else wanted you to be? What were your passions? What made your heart sing before you decided someone else's song was more important to listen to? You confuse being needed with being truly loved. You believe your usefulness is your ticket to affection and belonging. So you become the strong one, the reliable one, the one who always has it together, the one who never asks for help. But inside, that strong one is often a very lonely child, just wishing someone would see past the performance. Think of the times you plan something, a small flicker of excitement in your heart, only for it to be dismissed or forgotten by them. That sting of being an afterthought, it's a familiar ache, a quiet confirmation of that old belief, I don't matter as much. And on the rare occasion you do choose to do something just for you, does a wave of guilt wash over you? As if your joy is an indulgence you haven't quite earned yet, as if your needs are an inconvenience. Do you apologize for things that are not your fault? Do you say, I'm sorry for simply taking up space or having an opinion? This is the language of the background character. It is the habit of someone who has been taught that their presence is secondary. How many relationships have you stayed in for too long, simply because the fear of being alone felt worse than the pain of being unseen? The fear of the void, of the silence, keeps you chained to a familiar emptiness, but it is emptiness all the same. You give advice and support that you desperately need to give to yourself. You are a doctor who never tends to her own wounds. You celebrate their victories with your whole heart, while your own accomplishments are minimized or go entirely unmentioned. You have become a spectator in your own life story, cheering from the sidelines, waiting for your turn on the field. You have been taught that your value is conditional. It depends on your service, your sacrifice, your silence. You have learned to find comfort in crumbs of affection because you were told you did not deserve the entire feast. This pattern makes you believe that love is something you must chase, earn, and desperately hold onto. It convinces you that setting a boundary is an act of aggression rather than a sacred act of self-preservation. You have become a guest in your own life, my dear, tiptoeing around, trying not to disturb anyone. But this is your home, this body, this heart, this soul, it is your sacred space. You have been waiting for an invitation to your own party, waiting for someone else to say, you are the guest of honor. The cost of this pattern is immeasurable. It is the loss of your own voice, your own joy, your own vibrant self. It is the slow, quiet fading of your own light, dimmed in the service of making others shine brighter. Look at all this evidence, not with judgment, but with profound compassion for the person who has been carrying it all. See the weight of it, feel the truth of it, acknowledge the deep and silent suffering it has caused you for so long. This is the accounting. This is the truth of what it has cost you to believe you are not worthy of being the first choice. And by seeing it clearly, we can now finally choose to release it. We can decide that the price is far too high to continue paying. You are not an afterthought. You are not a supporting role. You are the magnificent, deserving lead in your own precious life. And so the healing path begins right here with this powerful truth. The solution is not outside of you, my love. It has never been. We will now stop trying to change them. We will stop waiting for them to finally see your worth. That is a heartbreaking and draining game, a pursuit you can never truly win. The real work, the sacred work, is to radically change the way you treat yourself. Healing is not about demanding that they finally make you their priority. It is about you deciding right now to make yourself your own sacred priority. This is the great turning point. This is the moment all your power flows back to you. And I know what you might be thinking. A part of you still resists this truth. But isn't that selfish? A small, conditioned voice inside of you whispers. Let me be absolutely clear about this. Prioritizing yourself is not selfishness, it is survival. It is the most profound act of self-respect. It is a non-negotiable for your soul. For far too long, you have been told that self-love is a form of vanity. This is a deep untruth. Self-love is the fertile ground from which everything beautiful in your life will grow. Without it, you are planting seeds in barren soil, wondering why nothing ever flourishes. Another fear may arise. If I set boundaries and say no, they will leave me. Perhaps some will, but understand this is not a loss. It is a clarification. You are simply making space for those who can love and respect the authentic you. Setting a boundary is not an act of aggression. It is a quiet declaration of your own value. It is a gentle but firm message to the world that says, I love you, but I also love me. You do not need to build walls of anger or resentment to protect your heart. You simply need to define the beautiful, sacred garden of your own being. You get to decide who is allowed inside and how they must behave while they are there. This is not about becoming cold or unkind. It is about becoming radically honest. You do not have to become hard or unfeeling. You just have to become true to your own heart. Being true means honoring your no with the same reverence that you honor your yes. It means recognizing when you are tired and giving yourself permission to rest without guilt. It means speaking your needs clearly and calmly, without apology or justification. The entire universe is waiting for you to make this courageous decision. It is waiting for you to finally claim the throne that sits in the center of your own kingdom. When you start treating yourself as precious and irreplaceable, the world reflects this back. People will begin to treat you with the same reverence that you show to yourself. This is not magic, dear one. This is the simple and profound law of reflection. You teach everyone how to treat you by the example you set. This is the key. So we let go of the desperate need for their validation. We release it with love. We stop looking into their eyes for the proof of our own magnificent worth. Instead, we will now turn to the only mirror that has ever truly mattered. The one that exists inside your own loving heart. The question is no longer, do they see me? Do they choose me? The new, powerful question is, do I finally choose myself? Right here, right now, in this very moment, with all my history and all my hopes. This is the single choice that changes everything. This is your freedom. This is the sacred pivot from helplessly seeking love to powerfully being love. Are you ready to make that beautiful and life-altering choice today? Let us begin this sacred practice together. If your heart whispered yes, find a place where you can be still. Let the world outside of you gently fade away into a peaceful silence now. I invite you now to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Take a slow, deep breath in, filling your lungs completely, and as you exhale, release all the day's tension. Place one or both of your hands over the center of your chest, right over your heart space. Feel the gentle warmth of your own touch. This is an act of profound self-reconnection here. This is your sacred center, the home of your truth, the seat of your soul. For so long, you have looked outside for permission. Today, we come home to the authority that is within you. Now I want you to repeat this powerful affirmation with me. Say it softly at first, either aloud or silently in your own mind. Let the words simply land gently. Here they are for you. I am the central sun of my own universe. Let that powerful thought sink in. Just feel the shape of those words in your mind. There is no need to force belief. We are planting a new seed. Let's take another deep and healing breath together. Inhale that possibility, and as you exhale, say the words again. I am the central sun of my own universe. Feel their quiet resonance. A part of you might resist this powerful idea. It might feel unfamiliar, even untrue. That is perfectly all right. It is just the old programming speaking. Acknowledge it with pure love. This new thought is a gentle but radical act of self-love. It is the medicine for every time you made yourself small so another could feel big. It is the true antidote to invisibility. Let's try it again, this time with a little more firm intention. Breathe in the possibility of this truth. Now speak it into the space of your heart. I am the central sun of my universe. Imagine these words as golden light flowing from your lips or your mind directly into your own heart. See this light filling every single cell, every part of your beautiful being. It is all yours. This light is your sovereign energy returning to you. It is the power you have been giving away, now being reclaimed lovingly and peacefully right here in this precious present moment. Feel the warmth under your hands begin to grow now, spreading across your chest like a beautiful sunrise. This is the feeling of self-recognition. This is the warmth of coming home to who you are. Let this new truth travel through your entire body. Let it soothe the anxious parts of your mind. Let it comfort the lonely child within who is taught that they must wait for their turn. For that precious child, let us say it again with the tenderness of a loving parent. I am the central sun of my own universe. You are no longer on the sidelines. You are the sacred center. Your needs, your dreams, your feelings, your joy, they are not secondary. They are not an inconvenience. They are the planets that orbit around the beautiful, radiant sun that is you. This statement is your new declaration of inner independence. It is a vow to yourself. It is the most loving boundary you could ever set. It reclaims your sacred place in your own life. If you are ready to commit to this new way of being, to honor your own light, write "I deserve" in the comments below. Let it be a public anchor for this new private vow to yourself. Now let's anchor this feeling even deeper inside. We will say it 3 more times, each time with more power, with more belief, with more love for the person who is saying these words. Take a powerful breath in now and say it from your core. I am the central sun of my own universe. Feel your spine straighten. Feel the quiet dignity in this simple, profound truth. Again, a deep breath filling you with courage. Exhale with the words, I am the central sun of my own universe. Notice how the world does not fall apart when you claim your rightful place. One final time, with all the love you can summon for yourself, breathe in your worthiness and let it out. I am the central sun of my own universe. Let it be so, it is done. This is your new mantra. It is the thought you will return to when you feel yourself starting to shrink or when you are tempted to put yourself last. It is your true North Star now. You do not need anyone else to validate this for you. You do not need their permission. The truth of it already lives deep within your soul, waiting patiently for you to acknowledge it. This is not about arrogance or being better than anyone else. It is about divine balance. It is about restoring an order that was disrupted by false teaching and old, painful beliefs. When you stand firmly as the sun in your own life, you do not diminish others. You simply stop allowing them to block your light. You shine and give others permission to shine too. This feeling of centeredness, of quiet authority in your own life, is your natural state of being. You are not grasping for something new. You are returning to something ancient and true. Let the vibration of this affirmation settle into your bones. Let it rewrite the old stories of not enough and second best. A new chapter is being written right now in this moment. The universe has been waiting for you to claim this role. It is ready to rearrange itself around this new, powerful center of gravity that you have just activated within your loving heart. The people, situations, and opportunities that are meant for you will now be drawn to your light, not to your shadow. They will be attracted to your fullness, not your past emptiness. Your relationships will begin to transform. Some may fall away, and that is okay. They are making space for connections that honor the bright, radiant sun that you are now claiming to be. You will start making different choices, small ones at first. You will choose the food that truly nourishes you, the rest that restores you, the words that honor your deepest feelings. The guilt that once accompanied self-care will begin to dissolve, replaced by a deep sense of reverence for the sacred vessel that is your body, your mind, and your most precious spirit. This is the real work. It is not complex. It is simple, profound, and it begins with this single thought, practiced with loving consistency until it becomes your automatic way of being. The search for a hero is finally over. The wait for a savior is done. You are looking at them in the mirror. You are holding them in your heart. You have always been the one you needed. Let this truth wash over you in a wave of profound relief. The struggle is over. The performance is finished. You can finally just be the magnificent being that you have always truly been. Keep your hand on your heart for one more moment. Feel the steady, reliable beat. That is the rhythm of your own life force. It beats for you and only for you. Honor its beautiful song. Take one final, cleansing breath in, holding this new awareness. And as you slowly exhale, feel a sense of peace settling deep within you. A quiet, powerful, and unshakable peace. You can carry this feeling with you for the rest of your day, for the rest of your week, for the rest of your life. It is now a part of you. It has always been, but now you finally know it. When you are ready, you can gently open your eyes, bringing this newfound light back into the room with you. Welcome back to your world where you are and always will be the priority. Do you feel the profound shift that has just occurred within you, dear one? It is a quiet revolution of the heart, a return to the truth of your own magnificent being. You came here today with a silent, aching question in your soul. How can I finally make them see me? How can I become their first choice? It's a natural and human desire. But do you see the beautiful, liberating truth that has been revealed? The healing was never about changing their vision. It was always about restoring your own precious sight. The goal was never to become someone else's priority. The true purpose of this journey was for you to finally become the sacred and undeniable priority in your own beautiful life. This is the great inversion of healing. You stop looking outside for a throne and realize you have been the ruler of your own inner kingdom all along, just waiting to claim your seat. You see, the universe does not respond to your pleas for others to love you. It responds to the powerful, undeniable frequency of the love you consistently give to yourself. The emptiness you felt was not a void they created. It was the space you vacated inside yourself each time you put their needs, wants, and comfort before your own sacred peace. It was never about them failing to choose you. It was about the heartbreaking pattern of you failing to choose yourself over and over in 1,000 small and silent ways each day. This realization is not meant to create guilt, my love. It is here to set you free. It returns all the power, all the control, and all the responsibility right back into your hands. The old way was a draining game of performance and hope. You were constantly auditioning for a role that you should have simply assigned to yourself from the very beginning. Chasing their approval is like trying to catch the wind. It leaves you breathless and empty-handed, always dependent on a force that is completely outside of your control. But when you anchor yourself in your own self-worth, you become the mountain. You are unshakable. The winds of others' opinions can blow, but they can no longer move you. You thought you needed to be seen by them to feel whole. The deeper truth is that you needed to see yourself in all your glory to finally feel the wholeness that was always there. The love you were so desperately seeking from others was simply a reflection of the love you were not yet giving to yourself. You were looking at a mirror and asking it to change. Now you understand. To change the reflection, you must change the source. You must become the love you wish to receive. You must be the priority you wish to be made into. You feared that if you chose yourself, you would end up all alone. But can you see now that the loneliest feeling in the world is to be in a room full of people while abandoning yourself? True solitude, the kind born of self-love, is not empty. It is full. It is a peaceful, nourishing communion with the most important person you will ever know, your own divine self. The ultimate goal is not to teach others how to respect you. That is still making it about them. The goal is to respect yourself so deeply that disrespect can no longer exist in your world. It will simply have no place to land. Your energy, your boundaries, and your self-regard will create a field around you where only love and respect can truly thrive and take root. Disrespectful behavior will feel so foreign, so out of alignment with your new inner state, that it will either change in your presence or it will gently and naturally fall away. You will no longer need to fight for your place. You will simply occupy it with a quiet, powerful grace that needs no announcement. Your presence itself will be the statement. This is how you stop being invisible, not by shouting louder, but by shining so brightly from within that you become impossible to ignore. You become your own source of endless light. The world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. When you embody the energy of being a priority, the universe has no choice but to bring you experiences that match. This is not a philosophy, it is a law of energy. You have shifted your entire vibrational signature from please choose me to a calm and certain I have already chosen myself. See the difference? One is a question full of need. The other is a statement full of sovereign power. You have moved from a position of seeking to a position of being. The desperate search is over. The endless waiting is done. You are no longer standing at the door, hoping someone will invite you in. You are the one who holds the key to your own heart. You are the host of your own beautiful party. You decide the guest list. You set the music. You create the atmosphere of love and joy that you once hoped someone else would provide. This is true freedom. It is the peace that comes from no longer needing the world to validate what you already know to be true deep within the core of your own sacred being. You are worthy, you are a priority, you are the central sun. not because someone else finally declared it to be so, but because you have finally, lovingly accepted it as your truth. This understanding is the key that unlocks every cage you have ever felt trapped in. It is the end of the struggle and the beginning of a life lived in authentic, peaceful power. You are not fixing something that is broken. You are simply remembering the magnificent truth of who you have always been, underneath all the layers of false conditioning. It was never about getting them to love you more. It was always about you loving you enough to know that you are complete, with or without their attention or their approval. The peace you feel now is the result of letting go of that old, painful struggle. It is the quiet hum of your soul finally being heard, honored, and cherished by you. This is the ultimate healing, to no longer feel the ache of needing to be chosen, because you have made the only choice that has ever truly mattered in your entire life. You have chosen you, and in that single, sacred choice, you have finally found the unconditional love and the unwavering priority that you have always been searching for. This peace is your birthright, this centeredness is your natural state. Let go of everything that ever told you otherwise. Let it all dissolve in this beautiful, healing light. The war is over. The battle for worthiness has been won, not by conquering another, but by surrendering into the loving arms of your own beautiful and undeniable self. If you are ready to let go of the old struggle for validation and step into this new, profound peace, write peace in the comments below. Declare your liberation from the old pattern. Let this feeling of peace be your new guide. Let it be the compass that directs your choices, your words, and your actions from this moment forward. You have come home. This profound peace is your new reality. It is the freedom that comes from knowing your worth is not up for debate, negotiation, or validation from anyone outside of yourself. You are now walking in a new world, one where you are whole and complete just as you are. The desperate search for the missing piece has finally ended as you found it right within. This is the beautiful work we do together, transforming our inner worlds one loving thought at a time. I am so honored to have shared this sacred space with you on this very day. Did you enjoy this deep reflection? If this message touched a part of your heart that needed to hear it, please let me know. Let us connect our loving energy in the comments below. I would love to know from which beautiful city you are listening to me from today. It fills my heart to see how far this circle of love and healing reaches across our whole planet. If you felt that this message created a true healing shift within you, consider supporting my work. You can send a super thanks to help me continue bringing these teachings to you. Remember, your journey of self-love is a continuous practice and a beautiful unfolding. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for our next healing session together, my dear one. Carry this powerful truth with you always. You are the sun. Your light is magnificent and so very necessary. Never again allow anyone to convince you to dim your beautiful shine. Go forward from this moment not as someone waiting to be chosen, but as the one who lovingly chooses. Choose peace over drama, choose joy over fear, and choose yourself always. I see you in your perfect wholeness. I love you just as you are. And until next time, please remember that this profound sense of peace is now and forever your true home within.